We're almost done. We're just about to turn on the water. But I'm really excited. I want to turn this on. Set. Nothing happened. Hey guys, so I wanted to show you where we're at with the well project. I have not taken you along for very much of it, but we're almost done. We're just about to turn on the water, and I figured I'd give you kind of a walkthrough of exactly what we did. So if you remember, we sort of trenched all of the lines underground to this new shed that we built. And I've been working on installing the pressure tank, all of the control equipment, and plumbing in a couple different things around here. So, as mentioned, we used PEX underground. There's definitely pros and cons to using PEX. To be honest, I don't think it's worth the hassle, at least PEX A. Just to summarize where we're at, we've got coming in from the well, and then we're going to transition to this flexible pipe with clamps, just so that if we ever need to do any maintenance on this, we can, pull that apart without having to cut all of the PEX. And also, if we need to shift this around a little bit, it's a little bit flexible, so we have a little bit of wiggle room. Then it comes in, you've got your, sort of pressure controller, you've got your gauges, you've got your drain, etc., etc. It'll all come out. This is going to feed the house branch as well as the loop that has all of the hydrants around the property. So that's what these two are. I'm still waiting on all the parts for this. So that's going to happen maybe in the next 2 weeks. But for now, we've got this transition to flexible so that eventually we can come into PEX, but we can disconnect it fairly easily. It'll come up here, it'll go into a whole house filter, and then back down to these two loops. On the other side, just as a temporary thing, because again I'm waiting on parts, I transitioned from 1-inch PEX to 3/4, and we've got a hydrant just attached to the outside wall. So we should be able to run water out of that for now, as well as drain it for here, so eventually when we come back in and do more work, we can drain the whole pressure tank. I'm really excited to get this running. I'm at a point where I can at least test the well pump, test all of the connections, make sure that the pressure tank is set, and pump some water out of the well. So we're gonna do that right now, see what happens. So because we're at elevation, these pressure tanks come pre-charged, and it's a little high. It's at like 40 PSI. Our cutoff is 30, so I need to put it down to about 28. So that's what I'm doing right now. A little bit less. 30. There we go, 28 PSI. Set. Nothing happened. It's supposed to come up this. Well, we flipped the switch, turned on the breaker, and tried to turn it on, and nothing happened. So we'll have to troubleshoot this and figure out why it's not starting. But it should be working. Oh. So actually what I realized is the control switch is turning on and then turning off because it's pumping a ton of air out of the line. So I just have to flick it a couple times and I think it will run. There's some water. And I have it routed out the building right now just so that we can test this. Now what we can do, now that we've got some water and sediment coming through the system, I can close that outside valve and it'll fill the pressure tank and build up some pressure, and hopefully it will start cycling on its own.
You could turn it off and we could start building pressure and see if what it builds.
And that's sort of, yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna see if it'll turn on. Oops. It's not normal. Well, it's filling. So it's gonna take a while to fill, but basically it's building pressure.
Yeah, we're at 40 psi.
Yeah.
Yeah, she should turn off at 50.
Well, the water's brown, that's for sure.
Yeah, as I figured.
I don't see any leaks, which is good. Oh.
It's a little low.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it should be off already.
Oh.
There's something dripping. I think it's the pressure gauge.
I need to grab smaller pliers, I think. This is too big. So it turned off at 40, but it should turn off at 50. So we're going to see if we can get it to build a little bit more pressure. Well, so after a bit more trial and error, we figured out that the pressure switch that we got is actually bad. So we can change the overall range of the pressure, and we cannot change the cutoff pressure. So no matter what we do, it will always cut off at 10 psi from the cut on. It is a 30-50 switch, so we should be able to adjust that and have the cut off be 50, 55, 60 even if we wanted to. We can change the range and have it cut on at 40 and cut off at 50, but we can't get it to do anything more than 10 psi. So right now we have it set. You can see it's at 40 psi, so it'll turn on at 30. 10 psi range isn't ideal. You want to have 20, otherwise your pump kicks on more often. This is what's bad. So we'll just have to replace that down the road. I will have to drain this whole system at some point and continue plumbing into these two main lines. So we're just going to wait on that. It functions as is. Like I said, it's just not ideal. So overall, pretty happy to have water pumping out of this well. We'll do some tests to see what our overall gallons per minute recovery rate is. I don't think it's going to be huge. It's only 150 feet deep. The pump is set at 125 feet, and this is an 86 gallon pressure tank. So we have the water column as a storage, and we have the pressure tank as a storage. So we will probably have to be conservative with our water use, but we're happy to have it running. We put this external tap out here just so that we could get some water going, and it runs. So it's dirty. You're not going to be able to tell on camera. It's very dirty. We're going to have to flush this system out quite a bit to get it usable. Then we have to send the water in to get it tested. Because of the location of the well, I mean, the house burned right here and the well pipe is right there. So obviously we're a little concerned about chemical leaching. It's been 15 years, so hopefully there isn't a whole lot left. It's 120 feet of rock for it to filter through, so I don't know, time will tell. All right guys, thanks. See you on the next one.